Hi, welcome to Matt's Chat. I am Matt, and with me is my co-host,
Taylor. Hello.
And this is our first podcast. This is great. I've been wanting to do this for a while, to be honest. So for people who don't know us, we're gonna give a brief introduction. I am actually a game art student at the Art Studio Phoenix. I'm almost done. Close to graduating. I got a couple more quarters. As long as everything goes right, I think I should be graduating in December, hopefully.
Fingers crossed for Matt, by the way. He's an awesome game designer. He's really, really good.
Yes.
And for those of you who, again, are listening to this for the first time, please check the date on when we release this. If you're watching this 2 years from now, obviously he's probably done.
Obviously.
So
And I'm probably much better.
Probably done 2 years after we film this.
I'm probably much better at that point.
2 years from when we film this.
I would have had probably at least 1 or 2 games underneath my belt by that point.
Indeed.
Possibly working my third. I don't know. Who knows?
See, now he's just showing off. Now he's making you look bad. And
okay. So let's go on to my co-host. He's going to talk about himself.
Yeah, my name is Taylor. I am a 21 male, brown hair, brown eyes. I like long walks on the beach.
Seriously.
And romantic movie nights and dinners. no, I'm a student as well. However, I'm not a game student like Matt. I do like video games. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, if you're watching the video part of this podcast, and you can see me motioning to my Kingdom Hearts poster behind me. If not, I apologize. I'll explain to you the Kingdom Hearts poster that I'm motioning to behind me. Other than that, I'm a animation student. Well, animation-ish student. I know how to animate. I'm not very good at it, but I know how to animate, and I'm going for my graphic design and film degree. So, we'll see how well that goes.
So if you haven't heard, if you can tell by now, we are going to be talking about video games and movies. That's what the main focus of the show is going to be. And we're just going to be nerding out here. We're going to be talking about current events in both industries and anything that's on our mind, you know. And we're hoping that in the future, if this goes well, we can have guests on, maybe some of our friends, and we can discuss with them what our passions are about them. You know.
Indeed. Oh, and for those of you that are actually curious, Matt actually lives right down the street from me. But due to our excessive laziness and busy schedules, we found that this would be the easiest way to do it. And considering it's only going to be approximately an hour, maybe hour and a half at the most, we thought, this might be the best way to do it. So, just throwing that out.
It's all good. I mean, it works. It really does.
Yeah, it does.
So let's kind of go more into us. We're gonna do a top 10. This isn't like what we feel is the best. It's like a personal bet, like what we personally love. So I'm gonna do video games. So let's start with 10. I'd actually have to go with Darksiders. Darksiders is a great game. Doing it as a series. Number 9 would have to be.
Wait.
Well,
Back up. You can't just say number 10.
Well, I figured we just do like a quick, brief.
We can make it quick. Just do a quick summary of why you like it.
Okay.
Yeah, number 10 is Darksiders. You gotta say because why, man. Come on, man.
So Darksiders, I love the art style. The art style is amazing. Gameplay, amazing. Everything about it just was great. The story, I was deeply involved in the story. I think, and I love how they took the series and went further with it, with Darksiders 2. And I'm sad to say that I don't think there's going to be a Darksiders 3. As of right now, as of when we're recording, there's there's not going to be a Darksiders 3 because of reasons. I'll bring that up in a later episode, or just at a later time to go more in depth on that.
Later this episode, actually,
possibly. So number 9 would have to be. It's really hard. I want to say Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. That was a phenomenal game. I had so much fun just picking stormtroopers up, throwing them around. You know, that's kind of what they deserve for being horrible shots in the movie. Oh god, but it was funny though. You know, doing all those combos and everything with the force powers too. That was awesome. The story was really good. 2. God, like I was so hyped for 2 because 1 was so great, and then 2 kind of just went. I mean, graphics, awesome. Story, no. Gameplay, yes. Like it's just a story, and I wish it was longer. I wish it was like I beat it in like 9 hours. I literally like got through over halfway through the game, and like the first few hours of getting it after midnight. I even spent $80 on getting the collector's edition. Go ahead.
Funny story on that, actually. It was early last year. I got the second Force Unleashed for the PlayStation, and I played the demo before I purchased it, and I really enjoyed it. But it was for some reason I played like through the first level when you're on like you're going through the training, like the tutorial dealio or whatever.
Right.
It was a lot of fun, but then after that I'm like, yeah, it's not as much fun as I thought it would be. So right now it's just gathering dust. So it's the Force was not strong in that game.
No.
That's for sure.
Okay, so number 8, right? Is that right?
Yes, number 8.
I want to say Castlevania Symphony of the Night. That was really fun. I have yet to beat it because I didn't get into it as a child, but I got into it more recently, and I really need to beat that game. I just wish I had the time. It's such a long game. It's basically like it's kind of like Castlevania meets like with like the gameplay of like Metroid, and you play as Alucard.
So this is going to sound really stupid. Hopefully none of the fans that are watching this are going to strangle me virtually through the computer. I'm not a Castlevania fan. Well, like, it's not that... Okay, sorry. It's not that I don't enjoy the games. It's that I've never actually was able to
get into
play the games, per se. And I was never actually able to get, like, into them like I have other games. So which is this for the DS?
This is no. This was actually came out with the PlayStation 97, I think it was, 96.
So the original PlayStation.
Yes.
Okay.
It was using it was back when they were still using the 2D. It was kind of like, I think they made it thinking that they were going to be done using 2D game, the 2D Castlevania game, so they went all out, and the game was phenomenal.
Okay.
Like, and it plays. If you play Metroid, then you'll definitely like this game. Like, if you like Metroid and Castlevania, you'll definitely like Symphony of the Night because it plays just like Metroid, and it's Castlevania characters. So, and it picks up right after Castlevania. Which one was it? I think it was 5. I want to say. No, I can't remember which one it was. I know it was definitely one.
Has the Castlevania series been going that long?
Yeah, and the newer one actually, it starts over basically. Like it's like a revamp of the Castlevania series.
Good lord.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it went on like a long time. Like they up until Lords of Shadow, where they basically. A new company picked it up, and they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna revamp the thing." And at first, I was like, "Eh," and then more recently, I found out that they're really just revamping the story, but keeping the characters. So in the new DS one, is you play as 3 of the classic characters. You play as Alucard, Simon, and. I keep forgetting his name. Yeah, I want to keep calling him Richter, but I know Richter's the fortune. I just can't remember. It's not. Anyways, Long story short, Castlevania is an awesome win, and I think the best one was Symphony of the Night. That's my top. That's my number 8. Number 7. I want to say. Look at my games here. I want to say Batman Arkham City. I'm trying to remember because it's so hard to place games in top and top thing. It really is for me.
Somebody prepared for today's show.
Because no, even if I was prepared, I would always be like, well, do I really want to put this here or put this here? Like, it's really hard for me to put games in like top order. It really is. So I want it's
to put you right here. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I want to say, Batman Arkham City.
Okay.
That was, oh my god, I love that game. That game is so good.
Did you hear about the? Oh, never mind. Continue.
Oh, what were we gonna say? Hear about the? The origins.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, I've heard about that. I got something to say about that too. Yeah, so it was an awesome game. The story was phenomenal. Gameplay was phenomenal. Graphics were phenomenal. It was a A+ game. You know, they really went over and beyond. Number that was 8, right? So we're at 7.
No, 7.
No, 7. So it's 6.
Number 6.
6. I want to say. I want to say Pokemon. Pokemon. It's between Soul Silver and no. I want to say I want to say Soul Silver because Soul Silver was. Oh man, it basically combined Silver and Crystal. Because I was gonna say Crystal, but I was like, wait, well, Silver is basically Crystal and Soul Silver is basically Silver and Crystal. So, it basically just like it took Silver, added the story elements of Crystal, and then added more features to it. And not only that, but it made it changed some things and made it better. And it's actually a little bit harder. Like, it's taken me forever to get through the game. Whereas when I was a kid, I got through it pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But now that they made it more challenging and everything, so I'm like, fuck, like, why am I having trouble on this trainer? Like, why am I losing so much to this gym leader? This is stupid. I remember I got through this guy no problem last time. So yeah, it's a really awesome game. I'm still trying to get through it. Busy schedule, so I can't really. It's hard for me to beat games these days. So number 5, Metal Gear Rising. I know this is a new game. It just came out, but I had so much fun playing it. Oh my god, I was just like, okay, I gotta get home so I can really beat this game. Like I had the drive to want to do it, you know. And you know, it's Metal Gear. I love Metal Gear. It was just, and it was like, it was a kind of different take on Metal Gear. It wasn't exactly Metal Gear. Well, yeah, it was awesome. It was it was really good.
Just a different take. It was like,
I wish it was a little bit longer.
Different.
I wish
past games.
Well, yeah, it was a spin-off. It wasn't even made by Kojima. It was like, it was at first, and then he kind of was like, okay, we don't make these kind of games. Let's give it to this other people, and we'll just work with them on the game. So he went from actually working on it to kind of working on it, but it turned out to be really good, and I just wish it was a little longer. But you know, I think since it did so well, I think that the next game will be probably as long as Darksiders, maybe, possibly. So number 4, I have to be Mortal Kombat 9. The newer one, because oh my god, after so many failed attempts at making a 3D Mortal Kombat game, they finally said, you know what, let's do Mortal Kombat 9, and we're actually going to do it right, and they did it. They went beyond right. They did great. They did the best job ever. Like, everything was perfect, and not only that, but they retold the story, but not in a way to where, like, it wasn't completely retelling. It was like retelling in a different way. Like, they went back and the timeline gets changed, but it's, for the most part, it's the same. So it was really cool to kind of go back and see that, see the different, like, an alternate, like what happened if so and so didn't die here or whatever. What would happen if Smoke never became a robot android?
Agreed.
So,
Agreed.
number 3.
That was a really good name, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, it was good.
Yes. Number 3 would have to be Assassin's Creed.
Wait, which one? The series, or do you have one specific that you prefer?
It's a mix-up between the series itself and then 2. 2 was the best one, I had to say. It did it right. The rest of them, they were really good. It's just there was always something about them. I don't know, some sort of gameplay element that I just didn't like, or even the multiplayer. Oh God, no. The multiplayer was fun at first, and then it just got really boring. It seemed like people started to cheat, like they found a way to cheat, but I don't know. It was just me. I don't know. I don't know, but Assassin's Creed is a great series overall. I have to say. Number 2, I'd have to say. Oh man, this is a really big mix-up because I have 3 favorite games, and I'm down to only mention 2.
Nah.
Oh man, I should have just made this top 11, right?
Well, okay.
Okay.
How about if it's? I know it's debatable between number 1 and number 2. It's always one of the hardest.
Yeah, I have 3 that I want to throw in this category. These top 2 categories.
Well, okay. Then go ahead. Just toss in the 3. Then toss in the 3. Do what you believe. Is there do you have a tie between number 2 or a tie between number 1?
Okay. Let's just say it's a tie for number 1. Number 2 is gonna have to be Zelda. Zelda is such a fun game, and everyone can agree with me on that.
For those of you who are living under a rock or have never touched the video game before, first of all, why are you listening to this?
Right?
And second of all, it's Legend of Zelda.
Yes.
For those of you who don't ever know what the heck we're talking about.
Yes. So, yeah, it's such a fun game. Everyone needs to play this game, even if you haven't. It doesn't matter what Zelda game, you're gonna have fun no matter what. Puzzles, fighting bad guys, fighting Ganon, Ganondorf. It's the best.
Nintendo FTW.
Yes. So number 1 is, I just said it's a tie, and don't say that. Well, can you combine the 2? Because they're they're completely 2 different. They're completely 2 different games. I'm well, like I said, it's a personal. It's not So I'd have to say it's between Halo and Final Fantasy VII. The reason why is because that they're both great games. They both have the best gameplay ever, in my opinion. They both have the best story, in my opinion, and they both have the best. Okay, maybe not best graphics, but because Final Fantasy VII came out that was the 90s. But I guess newer, the new movies for Final Fantasy VII, the graphics are great. So,
those if you've never seen the movies, I strongly suggest.
Yes, that is. Oh my God, I will watch that all the fuck. I'll watch it all day if I had to. I love it.
Don't buy the DVD crap, even though it's oh my gosh, it's $10 cheaper. No, go out and buy the Blu-ray.
Well, here's the thing, they're both really good. It's just that if you're new to the Final Fantasy VII lore, you don't know, if you're going in and going, I've never played Final Fantasy VII, get the Blu-ray version, because Blu-ray will explain everything. The DVD was good. But in order to understand, you had to have an understanding of Final Fantasy VII going in. Because it explained some things, it didn't explain everything. So, yeah, I mean...
Well, actually, better yet, if you do get the Blu-ray, they have a timeline thing from Final Fantasy. It shows gameplay footage from Final Fantasy making the timeline.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying, for people who don't know or haven't played or anything, buy a Blu-ray.
it's even more of a reason to get the Blu-ray.
That's I kept. I think I still have. Yeah, I have both versions because I got 10. I bought it when it came on DVD, and I was like, oh, this is great. And then later on, I bought it on Blu-ray because the Blu-ray. And then I was just like, wow, this is even better than like they literally went back and fixed things and added things and explained things. I'm like, this is even better. This is great. And the graphics were slightly better just because it's on Blu-ray.
Agreed. Totally agreed.
So that's my top. I was almost 11. Supposed to be 10.
Top 10
games.
and a half games. More than one series?
Series, yes.
Is it series?
Series. The series.
It's just series?
Series, yes.
So if you have a series of series, it's called a series. It's not
I guess so.
Series, as in more than one series?
I don't know. I've never... I don't know. Why would you want to have a series of series?
Well, never mind. Never mind. That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. Anyway.
Oh, God. So now we're going to move on to your top 10 movies.
Top 10 movies?
Movies. Because you like movies.
Okay. Not video games.
Yes.
Which I've been mentally creating a list of in my mind. Movies.
Well, did you want to do video games? I mean, because I figured since you're talking about movies all the time, I figured you just...
Well, I don't know. I think video games are easier, though, only due to the fact that the movie genres are so beyond everything. Like, I have a top 10 list for Disney movies. I have a top 10 list for...
Well, these are, like, personal...
action movies. Top 10 list for comedies. I just have lists out the wazoo. So I feel like I'm just going to stick with with video games for now. I think that might be the easiest thing to do. And the only reason Matt's not responding is because he had a break in his brain. He got fried.
No, sorry. Someone was talking to me. Off screen.
It's okay.
Off screen, someone was talking to me.
So, video games, not movies. Even though I am the movie guy in this series, I totally agree. But video games are a little bit easier for me to do.
All right, fine, we'll do. We still, I think, as me and the audience want to know your top 10 movies. So one day, I guess, maybe.
One day, I'll go ahead and narrow down my extensive list of like 150 movies.
You just can't do a quick like top 10. So you need to like do it with explanation.
I could try, but I won't be able to explain why, because I'll start to rethink my logic.
Well, I mean, that's what I had to do. I had to like, oh fuck, okay.
Okay, let's see if I can do this. Everybody at home, get ready. You're about to make history.
For top 10 movies.
So, do I go from 10 to 1?
10 to 1, yeah.
10 to 1.
10 to 1.
Okay. Number 10. I'm thinking like recent movies. Okay. Number 10. Avengers. I have to say The Avengers. The Avengers is a fantastic movie, and I'm not going to say phenomenal, because it was good. It was a lot of fun to watch. It was great acting, great character. You know, they actually stuck with the characters from the separate movies. They did a great job putting together. And I believe the word phenomenal has been overused in Matt's top 10 list, so I'm going to try to avoid phenomenal at all costs.
Well, phenomenal was only like up in the top 3, so...
Okay.
The rest of them were just fantastic.
So, Avengers, it was good. It was a very, very good movie. Number 9... I'd have to say Big Fish by Tim Burton. It has Ian McGregor in it. It's a really, really good movie. For those of you who haven't seen it, I strongly suggest it. It's basically about this guy who's telling a story about his past, and he's telling it to his kid, but he feels that they're all fables, that none of it actually happened.
Yeah, that was a pretty good movie.
And he kind of gets fed up with his dad, and all this tragic stuff happens to his dad and whatnot. So it's a really good movie, though. I strongly suggest it. It's different from It's not too different from the average Tim Burton movie, but it's a lot more comical than the average Tim Burton movie. That's for sure. It's a lot more lighthearted. It's not as dark and dreary as like Sweeney Todd or Nightmare Before Christmas or Corpse Bride. So really, really good. Anyway, moving on. Number 8. Wreck-It Ralph.
Wait, did you do 9?
Wreck-It Ralph. How I've enjoyed your presence in my... Huh?
No, I was like, wait, did you do 9? I was like, oh wait, you did do 9.
It was Avengers, and then it was Big Fish. then Wreck-It Ralph is number 8. Wreck-It Ralph is number 8 because not only is it a movie made by Disney, whom I strongly support, as you can see by my hat and what you might have seen from my T-shirt I was wearing earlier that had Steamboat Willie on it. But it's a video game mashup by Disney for video game fans and Disney fans alike. That's like the ultimate fanboy dream for me. Again, it was another really good movie. Again, if you haven't seen it or heard of it, shame on you. You should go jump off of a cliff somewhere and probably rent the DVD, at least the DVD, and watch it. If you like Disney movies, you'll enjoy it. If you like video games, you'll enjoy it even more. And that's all I have to say on that. Okay. Number 7. Number 7.
So you're doing the same that I did. I'm just like trying to place it. Like,
I'll tell you what's not on my top 10 list, and that's the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Moving.
That movie.
Crap, that's a tough one. I'd probably have to say the Toy Story series, not just one movie by itself.
Yeah.
I grew up with the series.
Yeah.
Andy grew up with me. He was the same age I was when I saw Toy Story 3 in theaters.
We were both, that.
Yeah, we were both that age.
Yeah, we were both like, Andy's like the same age I am. This is exactly what I do. I take all my different toys and
It's so relatable.
Yeah, it is. It so is. Because we're all doing it. Like, I was doing it with my Star Wars figures and my superhero figures, and I had other random action figures. Like, I just have them all, like, and I just, like, roleplay. I have this, like, huge story going on, and I'd always, like, continue it and everything. So, that's cool.
And same with every little kid. Every little kid loves that kind of stuff. It's one of those relatable movies everybody enjoys. Everybody can relate to not just Andy, but the toys themselves. They all have their own personalities that everybody can relate to.
Yes.
And they're all humanistic, and it's, again, I'm probably going to say this after every freaking movie I say for this top 10 list, but it was a very good movie. Yes, indeed, yes. But that's Anyway.
I did the same thing too. After I saw that movie, like I got the 12-inch toys, like the Buzz Lightyear doll and the Woody. And I even put my name on the bottom of the shoe. I was like, I gotta do it. I still have my Woody somewhere. I don't know what happened to my Buzz. But my Woody actually, not only that has he lost his, he automatically doesn't have his gun, but now he doesn't have his hat either. I have no idea what happened to his hat. I know it's.
See, you're living the dream, man. You're living the dream. It was based off of you, didn't you know?
Basically, it's just like, holy shit! I think this is me in the movie. Except I don't have a asshole neighbor named Sid.
Yet. Where was I? What did I leave off on? Is that number 7?
Yes.
So I'm on number 6 right now?
Yes. Watch it be completely wrong, but I think it's I'm pretty sure around 6. Wait, so let's recap. So you did Avengers,
Big Fish, Wreck-It Ralph, Toy Story.
Yeah, so you're on 6. Right, okay.
Number 6. See, now I'm tempted to look over at my movie rack right now.
I'm about to look at it. Too late. Looked at it.
Don't judge me.
I was doing the same thing. I was like, stare at my games.
Back to the Future.
Yes.
Enough said. I don't even have to explain it. Back to the Future was so good.
Enough said.
That's all there is to it. Back to the Future.
Yes.
Number 5. Okay, this is gonna seem really biased, but I feel like once it's the number 5 and starts to go down to number 1, it's gonna be strictly like Spielberg, George Lucas, and it's gonna be really biased. So I apologize for any fans out there that aren't a big fan of him. I'll tell you who's not on my top 10 list of directors, and that's Michael Bay. Continuing on. Number 5.
All those stupid lens flares. Wait, no, sorry, that's not Michael Bay. These explosions. Yeah, did you okay, things confused again. Thank you. Thanks, brain.
Okay. Number 5.
Dun dun dun.
Only due to the impeccable timing of the release date of Jurassic Park 4, gonna have to say Jurassic Park. The first one, more specifically.
I don't think Jurassic Park 4 is going to happen. I don't think so.
Of course it's gonna happen. They already have a date out. It's coming out next year.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's
I didn't
coming
think
out.
they were going to do it.
I think it's June. I want to say June 14th. It's next summer, 2014 is what they're planning on. But then again, it's Steven Spielberg. Who knows what date it's going to come out? It's a big surprise for everybody. Yeah, it's Jurassic Park. A great movie. But it was actually the first movie of its time that integrated moving muscle parts inside of a animated creature.
Yes.
You can actually see like the muscles move and tense up when the creature was moving. So it was completely mind-blowing at the time. And with the 3D release that just got released, I think it was last Friday?
Something like that,
Friday,
yeah.
2 Fridays ago, it was something like that.
Which I wanted to see, and I think it's only in theaters for like
I hear it's so good.
Yeah, I know. The 3D was better than Titanic from what I hear.
Yes, I heard they actually worked like hard on the 3D.
Which sucks is now I'm not going to be able to see it. Unless I get a 3D TV and it comes up in Blu-ray 3D and...
Allow me to gently pat your head.
I know, right? I'm just like...
Yeah, you can feel better. It's okay. So Jurassic Park. Number 4? Number 4. Star Wars. Duh.
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 Come on. Star Wars.
It's Star exactly.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
The battles
Yes.
that happen in space
Yes.
amongst the stars, and there's a war.
That space opera that took place in the late 70s, early 80s.
Space opera. It's the longest running movie series of all time. It's the only movie series that has lasted over, I believe it's 40 years now, isn't it? It was released in 70.
Yes.
70,
it was
79?
the first one came out 70.
79 or 77?
7. No, wait, no, it's 79. No, it's 79. Wait. No, it had to be 79. It was 79. It had to be 79. Oh, no, it had to be 77. No, it's 77. I know it is.
Pretty sure it's 77. I'm pretty sure it's 77.
It's 77.
77, and 2007 was... How long? Like
it's either or. It's either 70. It's between 77 and 79. So it's one of those 3 days.
Almost 40 years.
Yeah, almost 40 years.
Since the Star Wars series has started.
And
not started like, I'm putting this on paper. I mean, like from the release date in the theaters. It's still one of the biggest selling franchises of all time, and now unfortunately it's owned by Disney now.
Unfortunately, that's actually not a bit. I mean, look what Marvel hasn't done anything with, or Disney hasn't done anything with Marvel. Like they
wrong.
What have they done? What have they done?
Just 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
2 days ago in Disneyland. For the record, people, I worked in Disneyland. That's why I have all this Disneyland merchandise everywhere. I was a cast member at Disneyland. 2 days ago, Disneyland released a Iron Man exhibit in the House of Innovations.
Okay.
And it has all the Iron Man suits lined up so you can get pictures and stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. That's the first thing.
Well, one thing is, though, they haven't ruined it. They haven't, stepped in and be like, oh, hey, you know what, we want to have Mickey Mouse, in some scenes, or, we want to have Pluto in the crowd somewhere. You know what I mean?
Does that mean... So let's go ahead and recap here. So Disney owns Star Wars.
Yes.
And Disney owns Marvel.
Yes.
Does that mean they're going to have
own the
Star
world.
Wars characters and Marvel characters in the next Kingdom Hearts?
See, it's actually something I talked about on my Aces Beta chat. That was way back in the video history here.
The link's below. The link is below.
No, I don't want to know. I did talk about that, and judging, I think I have the same opinion as I did back then. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure that I was saying that it's a stupid idea and it's not going to happen. I'm pretty sure that's what I said. I don't know.
Fingers crossed. We don't want to see. We don't want to see Sora and Donald and Goofy team up with Wolverine while taking down whoever. I don't even know who the villain would be.
For
Deadpool?
Wolverine, it would maybe Magneto.
Maybe.
Magneto, or it could be any one of the villains, because he's got a. He's got a lot of bad guys.
We don't want to see
Wolverine.
Sword Donald and Goofy running through the.
I mean, he's got like
the
everyone
of mutants.
Everyone that was part of the weapons projects. Like Deadpool. He's got Sabretooth. Magneto, just because he was part of X-Men. Going back to the weapons, Lady Deathstrike. He's got a lot of people on it that like are against him, so it could be anyone.
Yeah. So it could be a majority of things, but
I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think so.
I hope it doesn't happen.
I mean, it just wouldn't be. It'd be really weird.
Go ahead.
To be honest, it'd be weird. It took me a little getting used to. It took a little getting used to for Pirate Secret Bean to be in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, that was pretty weird. It was neat. Don't get me wrong,
yes.
but when it came to actual like how the characters looked,
yeah, because it's like they're supposed to be realist. It's supposed to be real people, and then they put them in a cartoon art style game.
Weird. It was weird. Everything was dark except for Sword Donald and Goofy,
yes.
and it was weird to look at. It was weird to look at. I don't want to see Goofy teaming up with Han Solo while taking down the Death Star on the Millennium Falcon.
I don't want to see that either. I see enough in parodies on YouTube. I think it's where it should. It should just stay as parodies on YouTube. That's it.
Stay as parodies. Keep it just Disney. I love you dearly. We've been friends for as long as I can remember.
As soon as I came out of the womb.
As soon as I came out of the womb, I saw Mickey Mouse. And I knew. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Just for those people that are on the fence, please do right to the fanboys and girls everywhere.
Please do. Okay, so go back to your top 10.
Oh, right.
So
right.
That was...
Well, we're chatting.
yeah, we're on a show. We're at top...
Star Wars was 4, right?
Yes, you said, this was 3. We're on 3 right now.
Number 3.
Keep going. We'll be right back.
Oh, this one starts getting difficult. Number 3. Man. Why can't it ever be easy to pick the top 10? Man, I don't even know what my number 3 would be.
Well, pick...
Because obviously there are movies I watch over and over again, but when it comes to actual, like, picking them out, like, which one I want to watch more than the others is pretty difficult. I'd have to say Star Trek. And no, boys and girls of the older generation, not the old Star Trek, the new Star Trek.
The movie.
Yeah, shank me now.
Well, so you think you like the Star Trek movie over the Star Wars series?
Okay.
Because you with that. It's fine if you do. It's fine if you do. There's nothing wrong with it.
From a filmmaker's perspective, Star Trek looked better than the new Star Wars movies did.
Well, it was made more recently.
It was more fast-paced. It was more adrenaline rushing. It had better humor.
Just J.J. Abrams.
Because of J.J. Abrams, exactly.
So fast
we're gonna bring J.J. Abrams up again when we go back to the Star Wars debate. That's gonna be coming up here soon.
Because he wants to burn all his characters on fire. I'm sorry. I watched that Smosh video recently, and it's just in my head. It's funny.
Smosh video, link below. Link below.
No.
We got 2 links so far, and not like the one from Legend of Zelda. 3 links. There we go. Anyway.
Okay, so why?
So yeah, I have to say Star Trek.
Okay.
The number 2. Okay, this is gonna. Man, now.
Damn it. See, now you're gonna say what I was. I have all these movies that you want to put in here.
Oh, number 2 is Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Really good movie.
Going back to my geeky side, Disney and defending Disney. I'm a flip floppy guy. Don't judge me. Disney did this one right. They did a great job. I never read the book, however. It was based off of a book that I did not read, unfortunately. But the movie was great. It was the first movie ever to incorporate hand-drawn animated characters into a real-life environment. Which, again,
which went on to Space Jam.
Grew up in the 90s. it kind of spread onto Looney Tunes.
It spread onto it was Space Jam.
Yeah, Space Jam, and then Looney Tunes Back in Action came out in the early 2000s.
That was that movie was.
But it's a technology that's still being used today, obviously. Oh, and SpongeBob was in this movie with David Hasselhoff. But anyway, so it was a great movie. It had a great storyline, intertwining like Disney characters and cartoon characters into a crime is hysterical.
Yes,
that's absolute brilliance. And it was. I can quote that movie all the way through. I've seen it so many times. I just absolutely love it. And last but not least, number one, as cheesy as this is, as the movie was, and as confusing as the movie was, Inception. Inception was awesome.
Yes.
It was so cool. It made you think.
Yes.
It made you laugh.
Yes.
It made you go, holy crap, what is going on? What's going to happen next? And the ending is what made it for me. Because you don't know, spoiler alert, you don't know if he's in a dream or if he's back in reality after all the events that happened. So if you guys have 2.5 hours to waste and you want to be mind-effed, like bad, watch Inception. It'll blow your mind. So that's my top 10. Sweet. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much and have a great day. Back to you, Matt.
He's not leaving.
No.
So yeah, now we're going to move on to what we are normally going to be doing for the show, which is just news and current event stuff. So I guess
that only took up like 20 minutes of our time. Top 10 list. Okay.
Well, that was good. I liked it. That was it was really good.
Very informative.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it lets people know where we're coming from as of games and what you're coming from movies. So. What
are you looking at?
I'm trying to remember what I was going to talk about.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I told you before we started. What was it? Do you remember?
No, I don't. The G.O.T.Ys? Is that what we're talking about?
Oh no, you want to talk about that?
I do want to talk about that. I'm talking about that, but we'll save that for later. We'll go and talk about whatever your topic was first.
It was. I remember now. LucasArts. Recently, LucasArts.
We talked about that a little bit in my top 10 list.
Yes. LucasArts was, as with Star Wars and everything else he was bought with Disney. Recently, Disney decided to break up the company. Like, they just said, no more LucasArts. Which is really sad because, growing up, I played a lot of LucasArts games. I played Rogue Squadron, which is awesome. I played, I obviously Force Unleashed. Battlefront I played. I never really got into, but I played it and it was fun. Yeah, see, there's Star Wars games I just don't get into. I'm pretty sure they did the NES games. Did they? The ones that were based off the movies. Those were fantastic games.
Back in the day.
Those were fantastic games. I played as a kid. Those were awesome. Like doing all those awesome flips as Luke Skywalker.
If I'm not mistaken, I think LucasArts also did the Sam and Max series.
I think so. I think they did too. Yeah.
If you guys
I never played those games.
Funny, they're crime solvers, and it's a pretty funny. It's a funny.
Yeah, it's like a point and click game or something like that.
It's a what?
It's a point and click kind of game or something.
Yeah, it's a lot like the old point and click games where they show you a room and you have your character walk over to something and they examine it.
Oh yeah. So it plays more like Heavy Rain. It's more this one that actually the same company that made Heavy Rain made. Oh yeah, Indigo Prophecy or Fahrenheit. Yeah. it had different names in different regions,
but similar.
Yeah, it's more of a cartoony. It's more of a cartoony, but you're going around and you usually just walk around and you fight clues and everything. I remember. Yeah. It's that kind of game. It's I guess an adventure game. I guess you want to call it.
Yeah, I guess so. I feel like in respect for LucasArts that we should both. Well, let's not actually take off our hats. You guys don't want to see Matt's hair. It's Gene Wilder over here.
Shut up.
I feel like we should, just respect all the games that LucasArts has created in the past, including all the games we noted, and we can't forget special ones like the Lego Star Wars series, the Lego Indiana Jones. I believe they did Fuse as well, or not like the new Fuse League.
I think that LucasArts, those games are the ones that they didn't make them, but they worked with whoever makes the Lego games. They work with them to make that.
Telltale Games.
Were they the ones that made? I thought Telltale just made the kind of like the same kind of games.
Big T and the little T, like the little T, like leaning up against the big T.
That might have been Telltale. I don't remember.
I think it was Telltale.
I don't know.
Nose goes.
But Telltale, I know that they do kind of the same games that we're talking about with Sam and Max. It's kind of like a walk around, talk to people kind of game. 'Cause they made an awesome. I want to play it. They made an awesome Back to the Future game, which is kind of like Back to the Future 4, basically, and it looked awesome.
I actually, on the PlayStation Network a couple months ago, they released the whole series for free. So if you guys had a PlayStation Network account back then, congratulations. If you didn't have a PlayStation account back then it sucks for you. But you still do have a PlayStation Network.
Oh, that's one of the. That's me. I'm not a PlayStation. That's another difference we have between us is that I'm the Xbox and he's PlayStation. So.
Yeah, that'll be a debate for another afternoon. Because I'm starting to feel the fury right now in my heart. So let's try to keep that subject for now.
So I'm really sad because I was like, oh, LucasArts. I mean, I know they did crappy games. You know, they did good games.
Well, but they had better games and they had crappy games. That's for sure.
I mean, they made Star Wars Kinect. It was horrible. We don't speak of that game.
That game shall never be spoken of.
Please.
Ever. However, the biggest fall right now for the LucasArts company is that obviously they're done.
Yes.
They're done. Mm-hmm. They're not around anymore. Disney sold them off. However,
no, they didn't sell them off. They just like you're done. You're done.
Well, they let them go. Just dropped them off the cliff somewhere. Hopefully, they landed someplace safe. I'm guessing all the designers and the programmers and blah 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 blah, all the different company aspects. I believe they all went to different companies, or you know.
Yeah, they just went off.
They're still around. They're still working.
Usually, what happens?
Don't worry, no one got like laid off or anything.
Usually, what happens when you get they did get laid off. Usually, what happens is they go off and they join other companies. Maybe some of them might probably have joined a Disney-related company, Disney-owned company or something, and
Disney
other ones.
Interactive.
Maybe other ones, other people they just go and off and join another company and work on another game. That's what us game artists do. We'd go from company to company. We don't go to a place and we're there forever until we quit. We go there, we work for a game. If it goes well, maybe we'll work on the next game. But we're only there for a few games and then we're let go. Unless we're really high up, that's when we really start keeping our jobs. Is when we're really high up. So for me, I'm probably gonna be jumping like studio to studio until I get really high up, which kind of sucks. But it's still gonna be a lot of moving around.
That's what the LucasArts thing. I think people were most upset about LucasArts dropping the ball. Or Disney dropping the ball on LucasArts is because
they were working on
they were making Star Wars 1313, which is going to be one of the biggest games of the year.
They were working on 3 different games that they had.
But that was the big name title that everyone was waiting for was Star Wars 1313.
And you know what?
If you guys have, if you've been living under a rock somewhere. Basically, you're a bounty hunter living in the Star Wars universe. You're doing all these different missions, yada yada yada. It's supposed to be like an open world kind of thing.
It's supposed to be like Star Wars meets freaking what's that? Uncharted. Like Star Wars meets Uncharted.
Mm-hmm.
It played just like Uncharted, and
awesome.
Yeah, it would have been awesome.
Beautiful. Yes. It looked so pretty, and from the progress they were making, and all the videos we saw, and all the screenshots they showed to the public,
it
looked like it was almost done. Like maybe another year or so, and it would have been completely done. It would have been on shelves.
They had like perfect transitions between cutscenes and gameplay. Because normally when you watch a game, you can tell what's a cutscene and what's a gameplay. Because the cutscenes look all amazing, all CGI and everything, and then it goes to gameplay, because since gameplay can't handle amazing graphics right now, currently, except for maybe some PCs, they, it gets dumbed down so the engine can handle it. But, games nowadays, we're getting closer and closer, technology being better, and we're getting to the point where we're starting to get this perfect transition between CGI and cutscene, and you can't tell what's what anymore, which is awesome.
That was the big title. That was their biggest title.
They were also working on. They were actually, I think, a couple days away from announcing another game, which was it was basically going to be like Battlefront 3. It looked awesome. I saw like a working like a prototype of the game.
Yes, and it looked like Battlefield. Like the gameplay, it looked like Battlefield,
Yes.
but everything was replaced with like Star Wars characters. Like you were clone troopers or stormtroopers or the rebels or whatever.
It had
and then there were like the tanks were there, the battle rifles were there, the droids were there. You were on Tatooine. It was all first person. This is the first Battlefield or Battlefront, excuse me, that wasn't going to be in third person. Surprisingly, from what the gameplay showed, at least.
There was some info that got leaked on Xbox Live. This was like towards the end of last year, and so we had this like just weird Star Wars title game, and everyone's like, "Well, what's up with this Star Wars title game? What's up with that?" And then and I guess they were pretty close to showing off stuff for it because they had a working prototype for one of the levels. So yeah, it's the only thing of that now is just some leaked prototype on like YouTube somewhere. So so that sucks.
Yeah. But hopefully, again, just because the company dropped doesn't mean the project's dropped technically.
Yeah.
The projects are still there.
I mean,
but they're just
it's up in the air right now.
companies.
I'm pretty sure maybe someone will pick it up. Maybe Disney will give it to some other company they own. Or
God, I hope so. Oh,
it's the same thing for Darksiders 2. I hope, or Darksiders 3. I apologize. I hope that gets picked up by someone else and worked on. I mean, because that team that worked on it, the Darksiders was made by a company owned by Ubisoft, and we all know what happened with Ubisoft. If you don't, they basically got they went bankrupt, and then Ubisoft. I'm sorry, I meant THQ. So Ubisoft picked them up. I got them completely mixed up. There we go. Thanks, brain. THQ owned Darksiders, and THQ went bankrupt, and so Ubisoft came in. This is where I got mixed up. Ubisoft came in and picked up, basically auctioned off the different parts of the company, and no one picked up Darksiders. No one picked up the studio. Vigil. Was it Vigil? Vigil Games. And so they... Yeah, so basically that team actually went over to Crytek to work on the Crysis games. And so...
Crysis.
Yeah. So, and then they said that, well, working Darksiders 3 is not part of our plan right now, so... hold on one second.
Puppies, little puppies. I heard them scattering everywhere. Anyway, Matt's been slightly sidetracked as of now, so I guess it's my turn to talk. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, again with the LucasArts, it sucks that it sucks what happened, especially with all your gamers out there. Everyone was looking for Star Wars 13 and Battlefield 3 and the unknown Star Wars title, etc., etc., etc. But again, stuff like this happens, especially recently. A lot of game companies have been getting shut down left and right. They really don't get a second chance. If you're not selling games, then you're done. So, game corporation, it's a rough place to be right now.
Yes,
in that career.
it really is. I apologize for that. I was keeping interrupted. My sister
You
keeps
should be. Don't apologize to me.
Yeah, I apologize to my audience. I apologize.
There
My sister
you
keeps
go.
coming in here and be like, asking me things. I'm like, I'm trying to do a show. Go away.
For shame. That's why you guys should watch this on my channel where there's no interruptions.
You're funny. So yeah, sad day for LucasArts. But so you want to move on to the next thing? Taylor?
Let's move on to the next thing, because LucasArts was a very sad subject,
Yes.
and again, being on the fence, being an ex-cast member, and a Disney fan, it still sucks, So, conclusion. Continuing.
Continue on.
Ramble.
Blah, 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 blah. So,
What are you looking at?
just around my
What do
room.
you keep looking at?
Around my room.
Guys, please, if you're listening to this as a podcast, stop it and go to YouTube and watch this video I don't know what he's looking at.
I was just gonna post this without the video.
Comment. You're gonna post it without the video?
No, just gonna be audio. Just gonna be an audio YouTube video. I'll keep the audio, and maybe I'll upload at a different time. Be like, this is our first podcast. This is what we did while we were trying to figure out what games and what movies we wanted to talk about during our top 10.
Seriously. So the next topic, I'll go ahead and start this one off.
Okay.
We're going to talk about the G.O.T.Ys.
Yes. AKA Game of the Year.
No, not like those G.O.T.Ys. Like the G.O.T.Y Awards, AKA Game of the Year.
Which I'm so against talking about right now since, we're only in April. And, it's beginning months.
It's a little early. But, that's for sure. But, it's a hot topic. People are still talking about it right now. Mm-hmm. They're taking their the nominations from the different companies right now to get top of each genre, top of each whatnot, music and soundtracks and all that other fun jazz. So, I believe we should skip all that fancy smancy stuff, though, and go straight to Game of the Year.
Okay.
Like, who do you think... Okay, we're going to go back to the top 10 lists, but we're going to narrow it down. Sorry, guys. And there's 5 games. Name 5 games you think that are going to make it to Game of the Year this year.
It's really hard because there's not a lot of games I'm excited for that are coming out this year. There really isn't.
What shame.
Well, definitely Assassin's Creed. That's definitely going to be in there.
Assassin's Creed 3?
Assassin's Creed, no, 4.
4?
Yes.
Oh, okay. 4 hasn't even been released.
But it's coming out. It's coming out this year, and it'll be in there. Like Assassin's Creed always comes out in November, and that'll be just in time for the Game of the Year awards. It always is. They always do. When does Batman Origins come out? Is that this year?
Batman Origins comes out this year.
Okay, so...
Oh, that's what we're talking about, too. That was brought up earlier.
Yes.
When Matt was talking about Batman Arkham City, and I told him, did you hear about such and such and such? That's what I was talking about. Batman Origins, it's been confirmed, it's happening. Yes. It's supposed to take place between both games.
There's actually 2 Batman games coming out. There's a mobile game, and then the Batman Origins game.
But nobody plays mobile Batman games.
It's going to be like, it's going to be kind of like the Assassin's Creed 3, where Assassin's Creed 3 came out, and then Assassin's Creed Liberations came out at the same time for the PSP. I actually know someone who's actually working on the mobile game. I'm not going to say who, but I know someone.
Keep it on the hush-hush. Yeah. I understand. But yeah, Batman Origins, confirmed. It's taking place before Arkham City and Arkham Asylum, I believe.
It's gonna be before Asylum. So
it's before Asylum.
Yes, it's origins of Arkham, I guess. So
hopefully they make it as awesome as Arkham City, though.
And it looks like Deathstrike's gonna be in there, which is gonna be cool.
If you guys are nerds and you know what he's talking about, go ahead and give him a round of applause, because I don't know.
He's basically like he's like the DC version of Deadpool, except he's not immortal.
Oh, okay.
And he's not. He doesn't have the he's not the merc with the mouth. He doesn't have he's not goofy or anything. He's just super badass. If you've seen he's actually in the Young Justice show. If you've seen the Young Justice show.
Which I heard is phenomenal.
It is, and I hated that it got canceled. Oh my god, it sucked. It did. I'm so sad. I kind of understand, but at the same time, I was just like, well, it doesn't matter. It's still a good story overall. And
yeah. And the animation was great too.
So we're getting off topic here.
Yeah.
It's so hard because we're so early into it, and honestly, there's not. All the games that have been saying they're being released, they don't not. Like Destiny.
I want to do my list then.
Like Destiny.
My list?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so top 5. Not necessarily in this order, but these are the 5 games I feel are going to make it to the Game of the Year awards as Game of the Year.
Oh, wait, you know what?
Year.
I think I want to say top 3.
Okay, top 3 works. Go ahead. Top 3.
Okay, Assassin's Creed 4, what was it? Well, Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs?
Yes. Watch Dogs looks good.
Not Sleeping Dogs to be mistaken for.
Yes.
Watch Dogs.
I kept
Sleeping
getting that
Dogs,
confused too.
it's a completely different game.
Yes.
Watch Dogs.
And I would say Destiny, but I don't think it's coming out until next year.
No, Destiny, they're planning on having a release this Christmas.
Yeah, that won't be in time. But since I can't think of another game that's coming out, well, I guess maybe Thief. It's so hard to tell because the games aren't already out yet. They're not coming out till the end of the year because there's no games coming out this summer at all. Like not any big games.
You can still talk about games that have already come out. I can name a few right now.
Wait, Metal Gear Rising came out recently. Yeah, I want to say Metal Gear Rising up there. Yeah, so Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed, and Metal Gear Rising.
All right, good one.
Those are my
good
three.
And my top 5, because I have 2 more.
Okay, what's that?
Matthew here. Not necessarily in this order. Tomb Raider, BioShock Infinite,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
The Last of Us by Naughty Dog.
Mm-hmm.
Crap. You made me blank out, Matt. What the heck, man? If Kingdom Hearts 3 was being released this year, it'd probably win me.
Well, maybe, I don't know. That's not coming out for another like 2 years.
Not Dead Island Riptide.
No.
That will not be getting Game of the Year. Oh
If
my
it does,
gosh.
I'm gonna leave this planet.
Let's stick with the top 3 then, because that's all I can think of right now.
If it does, I'm leaving this planet. I'm gonna build a rocket ship and I'm gonna go to Mars. I don't care.
And Game of the Year winner goes to Dead Island Riptide.
No. You know what? Never mind. I'll just fly to where the Game of the Year is being held and punch them in the face. I don't know.
There's actually funny story about that. I went to LA a couple of weeks ago, and I when I landed in LAX, which is the Los Angeles airport, right across the street is the Square Enix building. And I wanted to break down their door, and go up to the CEO, grab him by his necktie, and say, "Where the heck is Kingdom Hearts 3? Where's it at?" But anyway, off topic.
Yes.
So, so my top 3 would have to be Tomb Raider, BioShock Infinite, or The Last of Us.
We want to make 2 more mobile Kingdom Hearts games.
Oh, more mobile, more in between Kingdom Hearts games? Oh, please tell me more. No, give us the next chapter. It's been like 7 years, man. Give us the next chapter, please. Please. Thank you.
Please and thank you.
Those are the magic words. So, and this is going to sound kind of biased and ridiculous that I'm saying this, but I say those 3 are going to be the top 3, not because of gameplay, even though gameplay is probably playing a huge factor in all 3 of them. Obviously, The Last of Us isn't out yet. It still has, I think it comes out in late May, I believe is what they're planning on. PlayStation exclusive. Anyway, mostly for graphics, because obviously in today's society, storyline isn't as important as graphics are. Mer. Oh. Grow up in the 90s, kids. Tell me what you think then. So, the storylines are still good.
Yeah, when we didn't have awesome computers that we do now.
But I believe those are probably going to be admitted because of graphics and content. So, how about for you, Matthew? Why do you believe your 3 are going to make it to the GOTYs?
Just because of graphics-wise so far, just because of graphics and what they're saying for gameplay. It's really hard. Like I said, it's not 100% that I think they're going to get there yet. It's so hard for me to tell. I can't tell until the end of the year what's going to be there. But I do know for a fact, just because of how big they are already and how much how much popularity they're getting already.
Yeah.
So just how great they look. You know what I mean?
I totally agree.
So they'll definitely be there. I want to say that Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon will be there, but I don't think it'll make a Game of the Year, to be honest.
If I guess we'll find out
Yeah.
by the time it shows up.
I mean, that looks like an awesome game. Like, I don't like Far Cry, but that game looks awesome.
It does. It really does.
So.
It really does. So, ladies and gents, I believe it's about time.
Yeah.
Has it been about an hour?
I think it's been about an hour, so.
Maybe a little less, and we apologize for that. But again, this is our first podcast,
Yes.
so we're still learning on how to do this stuff. We're still trying to get topics down, and obviously, as you can tell, we got off track a lot.
Oh no, but that's good though. I mean, that's good. I like it.
we had a lot to talk about. We had a lot to explain about,
Yes.
but we are going to have to call it a day.
Mhm.
Or
I have to.
a time.
I have to get ready for school. Get for class.
Whatever. Is it day?
What?
When you're done with the podcast, what do you say? You're
Okay, so I'll end it. That's good. We apologize again. It's the first time. So this is So I hope you enjoyed, and watch out for next week for our next podcast.
and if you guys want, hopefully you're watching this now and not next week when the next episode is posted. But this is going to be stationed strictly on Matt's channel.
Mhm.
Just so go ahead and watch it over there. And the link should be below, hopefully, on his own channel. That's kind of ironic. Anyway, just click on his name and everything's down below. And also, if you're interested and you want to put in your own topics for next week, go ahead and post a comment below
Yes.
that says all the comments
Yes.
and all the topics
We
we
will
should talk about.
We will definitely talk about them and try and cram them into the hour long.
And I'm really hoping that somebody puts E3 on there because I want to talk about E3 so bad. I wanted to talk about it this episode, but I felt like the Game of the Year awards was a little bit more important,
Yes.
because of just the amount of games coming out this year. I felt like it was a good start. So
and next
go-
year, next time we'll actually have Taylor talk about movies.
maybe.
Well, there's a bunch of
So-
movies coming out this year, dude. There's a bunch of them.
I know. I posted a Facebook status today actually
Yes.
on the way home from school that said I can't wait for May to get here.
Yes.
Not because of all the stuff that's happening to me. I have all this awesome stuff happening,
Mhm.
but there's 3 big movies coming out next month. The Great Gatsby
Mhm.
comes out on May 10th, which looks awesome. The Hangover Part 3 comes out on the 17th, and there's one more. I might have to check my Facebook status now. Yeah, hold on. You talk, Matt. Let me go double check.
So yeah, we're gonna be doing this every Tuesday, or rather, we'll record Monday, but it'll be up on Tuesdays, Monday nights, and yeah, just stick around and enjoy.
Stick around, guys. It's gonna be fun.
Yes, and I hope you enjoy these because this is something I've really wanted to do for a long time.
For a long time.
It was
You
like
wouldn't
it took me forever to find
shut
someone
up
to
about
want
this.
to do it with me. So, and yeah, like I said in the beginning, we're gonna be having special guests, friends come on,
Hopefully.
and join in our discussions, our nerdy discussions.
So I double checked my status, and the 3 big movies coming out in May of next year. No, it's not The Host Part 2 or The Hobbit or whatever. I think The Hobbit comes out later this year, though. The Hobbit Part 2. I believe. So keep on track of that. However, the 3 big movies coming out in May. Star Trek 2.
Yes,
Is it
it's
Darkness
Darkness
Falls?
Falls. Yes,
or Into Darkness?
no,
Something
it's Into Darkness.
Into Darkness. Star Trek Into Darkness, a.k.a. Star Trek 2 of the J.J. Abrams Star Trek, not the old Star Trek or Star Trek Generations. Number 2, Hangover Part 3, which is going to star
As
Zach
much as I don't
Galifianakis.
want to see that, I'm gonna see it anyways.
I know.
Just 'cause,
See, you have to see it, though, because it's the end of the series. You got to make it last.
It better be at the end of the series.
Not least, the movie I'm most
I
excited
feel like it
about.
should have just been the one movie and that was it.
Yeah,
To be honest,
Say what?
it should have just been the one movie and that was it. Like, I really.
Well, of course, but the first movie did so good. Why not make another 2 movies?
Well, the second one sucked ass.
I beg to differ. We'll talk about that time. And last but not least, my personal favorite, The Great Gatsby, it's going to be starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Tobey Maguire. They're going to be playing
Yes.
Nick
Well, I'm looking
and
forward to.
DiCaprio as The Great Gatsby.
No, what we should do, Taylor, is like go to midnight premieres and then like do our show right afterwards.
That's a good idea.
Or just do like a
Or-
separate podcast.
Or two podcasts.
Two podcasts.
Podcast galore. Podcast
Yay.
galore. Podcast
Okay, anyways,
for you.
off
Podcast
topic.
for you. Podcast for you. So those are the three big movies. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be seeing The Great Gatsby at midnight as much as I want to. I'm not going to. I told a friend of mine I'd go see it with her when she comes out to visit from California. So I'm going to wait for her to get out here. However, there is one movie I am seeing at midnight, and that, unfortunately, out of all three, is The Hangover 3. So, and that's actually the first day of Comic-Con when that comes out, Matt. So,
The first day of Comic-Con is what? Is
on May 23rd. That night is... Or no, May 23rd is a Friday, right? No. Oh, it comes out the 24th, excuse me. So on the 23rd at midnight is when The Hangover 3 comes out, and Brian and I will see it.
Okay.
It's totally irrelevant, especially since we're still filming all this right now.
Yes.
So, yeah, that was awkward. I apologize, Brian.
It's all good. So,
But anyway, yeah, those are the three movies, and that was our top five, or top three for the G.O.T.Ys. We talked about LucasArts.
Yes.
Again, and just to review or to recap what we just said before, if you agree with any of this or you disagree with any of this, please comment below in the comment boxes below.
Yes.
If you have topics you want us to talk about next time, please put them in the comment box below.
Do.
If you want to talk about Link or the link of links or
The Four Swords.
like in the first 20 minutes of our show, please comment in the boxes below.
Just anything. If you have any comments, please comment below.
If you have any comments, just say nice things.
Please.
Bad things hurt.
It makes us not want to continue doing this.
Collective criticism. Be nice about your criticisms.
Please
Don't
do.
be like, you suck. You're like, well, yeah, I'm going to watch your channel and tell you what I think. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, I guess that's our podcast this afternoon.
So, this is Matt.
And this is Taylor.
And we will see you next week. Bye.
Indeed. Have a great day, guys.